like I'm on social media a good amount of time.
I don't know, I wish I was one of those people that could sleep with my phone outside the room. And I was in high school, but that's just not, I feel like with the way that the world is right now, I can't really do that anymore, so.
Yeah, I'm the only one.
You're too bold. You're too bold.
I'm the only one. It's the da where we stand up and say, hooray, Beethoven, hooray. Yeah, the jazz square. Squat jazz square. Stand up and say.
I got Instagram when I was in the 5th grade.
Obviously the comparison culture is a big factor for female in particular, but also any gender and any identity. The fact that there's something that's so real yet so performative and fake, it's detrimental to anybody's development and anybody's understanding of themselves or others.
At that point, I had an iPad 1, so it didn't even have a camera. So like the stuff I would post, it was like, you know, the era of like Begert, like memes. I'd post those, and then my mom had like the iPhone 4, and I logged into my Instagram whenever I wanted to post a photo. I'd log on to Instagram on her phone, and I would post like photos on my account. And it was also, for a while, you know, like I didn't have my full name on there, and my parents also for a while didn't want like my face on there. And then I've had the same Instagram since then. I haven't changed my username since the 7th grade. It's Who Let the Dodds Out, and I don't know. I think it's hilarious.
I don't know what to do. I got Snapchat in like 5th grade, but never, like a lot in social media I didn't use. Like I didn't use Snapchat till like 8th grade, and I didn't have Instagram. I like deleted my Instagram actually from like freshman year to literally freshman year of college. I re-downloaded it because of like how frustrating I found using the app with like how it affected my body and how I like viewed myself as a person. Like I felt like my value was just so, like my value came from my looks and stuff, and like to think that at such a young age, I think kind of just shows how messed up social media has become because of it.
I know kids as young as like 7 years old that have TikTok. I mean, the Kardashians' kids are all over TikTok posting videos at young ages, but the one thing that the Kardashians do that I admire them for doing is turning off all those comments. So they can post and they can have that freedom of expression without having the consequential just slam of hate that comes from absolutely nothing but self-insecurity and a lack of understanding of the other person behind the screen.
It's so funny because I tell my friends all the time, like, young kids aren't like going through like an awkward phase anymore. Like they're not going through that like weird like trying to figure out what they like their weird quirks and stuff. They're kind of just like seeing what's on TikTok and like copying that, and like that becomes the personality. Or like seeing what's on Instagram, you know, like there's no room for like exploration, I guess, and like your identity, because it's just kind of already there, like planned out for you. So I definitely like think like kids are just getting more and more involved in like social media at younger ages, and it's like definitely really scary and like really weird.
One of the things that I find myself associating social media with is questioning. I go on social media, and my peers go on social media, younger youth and older people go on social media, and you're instantly kind of forced to question absolutely everything, like what you look like, what you eat, what your friends eat, how they act towards you, how you act towards them, what you look like, to the tiniest minute details. So even for somebody who's been secure and confident with my body and my eating habits, I find myself constantly comparing, and I find my friends constantly comparing, and I know that it has social media has contributed to their eating disorders or their perception of themselves and others in their bodies.
I see a lot of like TikToks about like the what I eat in a day videos, and I always skip them because it's like half the time the videos are like meals that I just like know like are like meant to like make people feel good. Like they're meant to like make this person feel good. Like look what I eat. Like don't I look so healthy? Like, and maybe that is what they actually eat, but it's like, so, you know what I mean? Like it's like especially if they're like our age or like my age, I'm like, and it's like I know you're not actually eating that. And like if they are, they are. But like majority of times, I just don't really, I can't relate to it. And then I just feel again like makes me feel bad. Like why am I not eating like her? Like why like she like wakes up at 6 a.m. and makes a smoothie and like you know like whatever, and I'm doing the opposite. I have struggled with eating a long time, and again, like the one thing I learned about that kind of stuff is it never really goes away. Like you're kind of always having to like remind yourself to stop and to like I'll catch myself like doing like I'll catch myself like going back into old habits of certain eating habits that I had like back in like end of middle school, like early high school, and like that really put a strain on my body and like my mental health, and like having to like remind myself like not to get back to that mindset is again easier said than done, because it's like obviously like I'm so much happier now that I'm not like so hard on my eating habits, but at the same time like when you want to look a certain way, you kind of know like one of the ways to do it is to like not eat as much.
Seeing the way that it affects others, think that it is entirely a factor of eating disorders and being uncomfortable in your own body is because we're constantly shown these images of people that are unattainable.
The first thing I do is like I look in the mirror when I'm like putting on an outfit, like to make sure it looks good, which is like normal, but it's like I'm not just looking at my outfit, like I'm looking at like, everything about me plus the outfit, you know, whatever. So yeah, I'm extremely self-conscious. I'm extremely like hard on myself. That is like, I think I'm probably the most self-conscious about my body. Like I feel like I'm like, everyone says they feel the most self-conscious like out of everyone they know, but like I also like I feel the most self-conscious of everyone I know.
I just think it depends on the person's relationship with their body and their relationship with food. I've gone in and out of like being comfortable with my relationship with food.
It's also shifting a lot towards like loving your body and like loving yourself, which is great, but I also think that has like a weird stigma with it now, where it's more like if you don't love your body, then like what the hell's wrong with you? And like again, like that's so much easier said than done. Like that's like the progression of going from like hating your body to loving your body is a very slow progression. And so like I feel like we kind of just did like a 0 to 100 with it, and it started out with like a really good meaning, but like now there's kind of like a pressure.
I'll post photos on my Instagram and other social media of me like obviously enjoying the body I've been given, and I'm getting less and less comments about it. So
But like I feel like I like catch myself like I catch myself like I know my limits now, especially because I got rid of it for so long. Like I know when I need to take breaks and like when it's good for me to like go back on whatnot, like that sort of thing. But like I definitely like wake up, go on my phone, go to bed, and right before I was on my phone, like in class, like I'm on my phone like sometimes. Like it's definitely like a continuous thing.